what was the science behind, or what was the thinking behind the name of the tool?
Behind Shipwright?
Yes.
Uh, I'm another good question. I'm not sure what other options they came up with. I think a shipwright is a person who builds ships, is a person who constructs ships, and there are a number of good puns in the community around other ship related things. I think it took me an embarrassingly long time to realize that shipwright was also a good pun for like ship right, ship correctly, ship your code right. It was embarrassingly long before I realized that that was such a good pun. So well done to the folks that came up with that. Um, uh, yeah. But again, before my time on the project, but I again very much heartily agree with their decision.
Yes.
Around the idea of in the past, but I was sort of like, I hadn't really seriously thought about starting up because I always sort of appreciate the challenge of starting up. And I was like, I need a sort of CEO type. And I know that's not me, right? Like it's not who I am. I'm good at the technology, but like I need someone who's good at some of the, so there were some other sort of container-based platforms that emerged at Google sort of in parallel where, where Kubernetes is sort of a Swiss Army knife that, the knife was getting sharper over the years, right? These were sort of scalpels. They were not designed to be general purpose solutions. They were sharp tools for specific jobs sort of thing, right? And so there was in particular, a product team called App Engine. It went through many names over the years. I think the final product name was App Engine Flex or App Engine Flexible, where App Engine, is PaaS, you give it your source code and it runs that in a very scalable sort of serverless way. But it wasn't very flexible. There were a lot of sort of limitations of the sort of sandboxing environment they used to make that actually secure, multi-tenant, blah, 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 over the years. And so they used to use language sandboxes. Now they, use something that's similar to Cloud Run and uses gvisor sandboxing, and it's much more flexible. But, gvisor wasn't around yet. So basically, what the App Engine, these sort of or
Kubernetes, would I pass the class?
Yes.
I think there are units in that class that I would be able to pass pretty well, and there are units in that class that I would not do it all well in. I think it's a testament to Kubernetes that there are areas that I don't ever have to think about. There are whole things that it works reliably. I don't have to care about it. And I have taken my own advice and chased the areas of it that were interesting to me and exciting to me, and learned more, and learned perhaps way more than I should about those areas. But yeah, I think there are areas of Kubernetes that I know a lot about, and areas of Kubernetes that I know almost nothing about. For better or worse.
And turning the question again, let's say you are the professor and working on the university, and this course is let's say the HOD or the senior teacher asks you to deliver this course and talk to people so they can learn the Kubernetes. Do you take the challenge?
Probably not. I don't know if I consider myself a knowledgeable enough person to teach a class. Again, there are areas I think I could talk about at length for hours and hours and hours, whether or not anybody cares. But I think I don't think I have the. You need like both breadth and depth of the knowledge to be able to teach it to people, and I have some breadth and some depth, but no full knowledge of everything. I don't think anybody does, right? I don't think anybody about Kubernetes or computers or anything, life. Nobody knows everything. So, yeah, I think I would probably turn down the teaching position on Kubernetes as a degree or whatever.
Yes, absolutely. And for the last, just describe Shipwright in just 3 or 4 words. Let's say if somebody asks 3 or 4 words, What is Shipwright and what problem it tried to solve?
Shipwright. It's going to be more than 3. Build images declaratively is, I think, my 3 words.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great description. Great description. Thank you, Jason. It's been a wonderful time.